Hello and welcome. My name is Will Ovi, and this is Kid Force 2. So I was asked earlier that show some tips and tricks and some for the new players and of course for the returning players how they can catch up with the game. And yeah, so pretty much of course it's easier me to show it on my main account. So I will take my Professor, my main tune, Colin Brightwolf, Revenant. So depending on how long time ago you ended playing the game, is just that there are a lot of new things in the game. So basically, first things first, we have of course 3 complete expansions, which are the Heart of Thorns, which was the first one. Then came the Battlefire expansion, and last one, latest, which has been released this year, is the End of the Dragons. Between those expansions, there has been the Living World seasons. Pretty much, it started after Guild Wars 2 launch. It started with Living World Season 1, which was sort of I think partly as a test how they will build up more content for the game. And unfortunately, it was like that. You had to experience when it was up. So basically, all the stuff what's happened on the season 1 isn't playable anymore until this year. They actually brought out the 5 chapters for Living World Season 1. Of course, you cannot participate all the stuff what happened on this season 1, but most of the stuff, and all the festivals which they have brought in the game also were introduced in the game on the season 1. So those you can experience also every year. But yeah, it's currently the newest season 1 chapter is the Tower of Nightmares, and yeah, and in November will be the last chapter being released, and that will be the season 1. And of course, prelude for the Heart of Thorns was the season 2, which made the same way like the season 1. It made some changes on some maps. For example, season 1 is affected to Lion Arch a lot. It changed a lot. You can experience the old Lion's Arch partly on when you are playing your personal story, and of course in the season 1s. And of course after season 2 it is the Heart of Thorns, and it's season 3 before the Battlefire. Then the game became a little bit stale. Of course there was certain layoffs in the company and that sort of thing, so it affected of course a lot of things. It was pretty much season 4 and then became the Icebrood Saga. But luckily they announced the 3rd expansion, End of Dragons, and in my eyes this year has been the best year in Guild Wars 2. So it's very great. But anyway, so it depending when you ended the playing the game. I mean, it can be even after the initial launch, so you don't have any experience on the Heart of Thorns stuff even. So pretty much the base game has 8 classes, professions in this game, which are of course the Warrior, Guardian, Necromancer, Mesmer, Elementalist, Ranger, Engineer, and Thief. The Heart of Thorns will bring out the Revenant, so that means there are 3 heavy classes, 3 medium, and 3 light classes. Before that, there was only 2, which were the Warrior and the Guardian. Also, the Heart of Thorns will bring out the... Because the game is heavily in the straight lines. Let's see, where is the... Oh, yeah, well, anyway, yeah, I can... So, basically, you have the straight lines, so you have usually 4 skill lines and then 5 specialization lines. And these are from the core game, of course, because this is Revenant, this is just from the Heart of Thorns. But also, it will bring out... every expansion brought out, of course, the additional elite specialization, which makes the profession into sort of different professions. So like Revenant becomes Herald in Heart of Thorns, or you can become Renegade on Battlefire, or Vindicator in End of Dragons. And those usually determines what kind of playstyle you will have, because the elite specialization will bring you certain skills, and it affects on certain damage. Like, I mean, it's in the Renegade. It has some of the are just on the for the condition damage, but there are of course optional in playing power damage. But currently mine is I'm Alacrity. I will bring out the Alacrity, the group, using it's just affects the skill recharge time, and the Alacrity is important when you are playing any end game content like fractals, raids, and that sort of thing. Yeah, so those are the things which were brought out on the expansion, and of course there is the mastery system. So in core game you didn't have any mastery, so once you got level 80, pretty much what you get is that every time you level up your level, you will get Spirit Shard. And yeah, the Spirit Shard needed if in many things. You can use them to buy stuff, to make legendaries. You can change your ascended item stats, and also things. There are a lot of course different kind of Mystic Force recipes which uses the Spirit Shards. You can make weapons, or just for the skin, or just yeah, for the weapon. So it's that was the pre-expansion stuff. But once the Heart of Thorns were released, they brought out the Central Tyria Mastery and of course Heart of Thorns. And any new player, or whether you are a returning player and you haven't done any of these yet, for the Central Tyria, I would go first, of course, the Pact Commander. It's very essential. You once you have mastered completely, you get actually auto loot, which is very nice. You don't have to keep remembering and pressing F for the looting all the corpses. Then the rest, these two, well, legendary crafting this is just needed if you want to make the precursor for legendaries through collections. I'm pressing the F, going to the Europa now. So the collections. So here are the legendary weapons. So there are tons of different collections which you can do, and these will lead you to make precursor for legendary, or some the newer ones even gives you needed gift of something for the legendary. So that's that mastery. And fractal attunement is completely towards the fractals. But I will say that this should be the main concern for everyone getting it. Legendary crafting, I mean, you can acquire the precursors other means rather than crafting, but of course it's about luck and ability to get gold. But I would say that Pact Commander and then Fractal Attunement and the Legendary Crafting last. Then you can see that these are there are these red orbs. These are the required mastery points for what you need to get the level up. So basically, this whole Pact Commander will cost you 19 points. And how to get those points is pretty much you need to do achievements, and this is one of the quality of life which they added. I don't remember when they added, but before this filter, you had to go through all these achievements. I mean, let's say that it shows, of course, in general there is achievement which can give you Central Tyria Mastery Point, but you need to go all through these lists of I mean, and this could be long lists of different achievements, and you need to scroll down to find the correct. For example, like this, it's long list and which gives you the mastery point. But they added these filters. You can just choose certain mastery lines, or you can use just this add mastery point filter, and it will show every achievement which gives any mastery point. But for example, let's take this core mastery. If I would need any core mastery points, so it will shorten the list, and it only shows if I click the rare collections. It doesn't show anything else. It just shows the collections which will give you me mastery points. So this is neat quality of life and improvement, and also it's if you don't want to constantly keep going back on achievements, you can just click the eye icon and it will add it on your achievements list, and then you can just choose from there. I have few achievements there so that I can see the progress, what I need to do to get it done. So yeah, that's very nice quality of life, and looks like there are other things like titles. You can even sort out which gives you rewards, like these chests, titles, and achievement points. Because there are plenty of achievements which don't give you achievement points. So you may not want to do those constantly or going towards those. Most of the achievements luckily give you achievement points. There are some repeatables. Let's take example. If I well, in the End of Dragons, once you have completed, for example, this achievement once, that's it. You get only 2 achievement points, but you can keep repeating this and get this reward. This reward you will get constantly. So there are certain reasons to do those, but there are some achievements which will give you just experience, and if you have mastered everything, it's not that useful to do those achievements. Then there was in inventory. I mean, it's, look at this mess. So of course, right from the start, it's not necessary. This is pretty much like a beginner tip. So you have these your inventory, and suddenly you are full of materials and other stuff. You can just click this and it will deposit all the crafting materials in your crafting bank, and you can access it on your bank. Then it's very neat, and you don't need to run to the bank, deposit your stuff. And of course, you may want to compact your thing. Then it's I think by default it will show your inventory like this. Yeah, this is very nice. Of course, if you want to see your different bags, but I like it that it's just one constant huge inventory. You can also click the show rarity. It will highlight which item is rare and which item is masterwork and so on. It's not important for me. Show me new item. I mean, when you get new items, it will highlight. It's much easier to find the new items. If you are like me, that you have tons of stuff. And let's see, embed. Oh yeah, you can also add if you have shared lots like I have, you can clump it up, but I like it separate so that I can actually see what is my shared slots and what is not. By the way, this is one of the sort of special instances where you can, if you buy these passkeys, you can get it. There are multiple ones, and it's one of the items. If you can afford it, you should get it at some point. These are, especially the Mistlock is good because you can just go inside there and you can go in the middle and you can just click return to my previous map and it will return the place where you were. You don't need to teleport and use your precious gold to get back. Of course, this will cost, I think, the normal price is 1,000 gems, so it's a lot, of course. But these are the convenience items, which in the long run is good to have. Same goes with the infinite tools. Otherwise, you need to keep stock of tools constantly, and yeah, it's annoying if you just run out of the tools. So you need to run to the merchant to buy more, and then go back to the nodes if you were gathering something. So infinite tools are of course nice convenience item to have. And then of course we have these salvage kits, which are just infinite salvage tools. Same thing, if you want to keep your bags clean and salvage stuff, you need to have tons of those salvage kits in your inventory constantly. But yeah, that's those things. So of course they will cost gems. Luckily, if you like grinding the gold, you can also turn gold into the gems and buy the stuff like that, and you don't have to spend your hard-earned money for the game. So that's one option always. Let's talk about then the next thing is that the mastery. So okay, so you are trying to get the experience for your masteries and the mastery points. Well, actually it says so, of course, in the highlight text that okay, Kryta, Ascalon, Silver Peaks, or South Zone, Drytop, and Silver Waste regions. My opinion is that let's jump into Lion's Arch first, for example. So for the Quarteria Mastery experience, Come on, load it. Thank you. So for the core area, and the Silver Wastes is, in my eyes, the best map to do it. Pretty much, you can do constant events. You just tag the event for let's say 30 seconds to 1 minute, and then run to the next one. You can do a rotation. Just start with the Red Rock Bastion, go to the Indigo Cave, and then Blue Oasis and Amber Sandfall, and just keep rotating this area. Yeah, there are a lot of events constantly going on. Defense or escorting the Doliacs, some monsters you need to kill, and that sort of things. And you just can tag the event for a while, then move to the next one and keep going. And suddenly you see that your masteries are filled with experience, and you are actually needing the mastery points. So, because the thing is that, for example, I mean, first level is quite easy. I think it's something like 300 or 5,000 experience. Welcome, Ninatella. And it goes, of course, progresses the XP. I think this advanced logistic is something like 4 million XP. So it takes a long time. And if you are just doing the normal stuff, yeah, it can feel like you will never get it done. Okay, let's move on. The next one, the Heart of Thorns. Same thing. A lot of mastery points you can get from the maps. I mean, if we take a look. So these are the basic Heart of Thorns maps. So Verdant Brink, Auric Basin, Tangled Depths, and Dragon's Den. In these maps, there are these mastery points. You can collect these. There are certain amount of mastery points each map. Then you can get, of course, doing events, killing certain monsters, and collecting certain stuff, and you can get mastery points. And same thing with each maps, and pretty much. Then the thing is that you can also get mastery points. Let's see, was it, or is it just no, it's yeah. So pretty much also Living World Season 3 maps will give you Heart of Thorns mastery points, and those are, of course, the Bloodstone Fen. As you can see, there are those mastery points. Bloodstone Fen. Then here's the Ember Bay, Dragon's Mons. Let's see, Siren's Landing. That's season 4. Oh yeah, and Lake Doric, Bitterfrost Frontier. So those are. See, I'm missing one, pretty much. Let me check. Okay, so this is Bloodstone Fen, Ember Bay, Bitterfrost, Lake Doric. No, yeah. Oh, yeah. So the Bloodstone Fen, Ember Bay, Bitterfrost Frontier, Lake Doric, and Dragon's Mons, and yeah, Siren's Landing. Okay, yeah, I saw them all. So those are the maps which will give you Heart of Thorns mastery points, and every map has more than enough those points. Because as you can see, I have 50 excess points to all the achievements I have done. So you don't need to necessarily do any hard stuff on the. You don't need to do raids or anything like that to get enough mastery points to level all things up. Alright, so let's take a look at the Heart of Thorns masteries. So first things first, when you start your Heart of Thorns mastery, you will get the gliding immediately. Welcome to just 5 Conduct XD. Wow, that's a mouthful. So you get the gliding. But pretty much what I recommend that once you have just start playing the Heart of Thorns maps, and of course you need to keep playing it, progress on certain masteries, that you at least get these two, glider basics and updrafts on the gliding. The updraft is important because there are those sort of air tornadoes on those Heart of Thorns maps, which you can use, fly into, and it will replenish your gliding stamina. If you run out of your gliding stamina, you will fall like a rock for a moment. It will slowly, of course, go up when you are free falling, so you can actually use it again to save yourself before you hit the ground. Of course, in the long run, you want to, of course, master this completely, but these two are the important thing to get. These help you to get on many places in the Heart of Thorns maps. Then we have, of course, the Itzel lore. Now, the bouncing mushrooms is good to have early on, and of course the poison lore is needed on certain areas. But it's, as you can see, it's the tier 4 on the Itzel lore. In the Exalted, I mean, you need certain things to talk with the merchants, use certain items in the Auric Basin area and that sort of thing. But pretty much there are no certain masters which is really required, so you can just level this up every now and then. Nuhok lore, it is the Nuhok Wallows is the important mastery to have. There are sort of places where you can use it, and you get from A to B very fast using the Nuhok Wallows. And of course, raids are for the raids. You need to actually do one raid boss successfully to open the raid mastery line. And the Ancient Magics, this game on the season 3, and most of these masteries are only used inside those season 3 maps. Well, counter magic is one which you can use in different maps. If you get certain mobs will use certain magic abilities, and you need to use your special action key to revert that. But for example, thermal propulsion, it's pretty much only season 3 maps has this. Gordon's Flame, this is pretty much tied only to the Bitterfrost area. It says that Gordon's Flame Torch from Braziers, Bitterfrost and Tyria, but I haven't seen any other maps than the Bitterfrost. Spectral Aid, okay, well, this is also one thing which you will get to use everywhere. Oakheart Reach, only used on the Dragon's Mons, and Silence of War is just on the Silence Landing. So it's just these are the nice to have masteries, but I wouldn't concentrate. So what I would do that after you have gotten Nuhok Wallows, Bouncing Mushrooms, and Gliding, I would say that concentrate on the Gliding masteries and getting the Poison lore. And after that, it doesn't really matter in which order you complete this. It might be that get through the full story, you need to have certain Exalted lore level. So of course you should do that. Yeah, that's the Heart of Thorns. And for the Heart of Thorns masteries, it's just that for my eyes, the best map for it is Dragon Stand. If you get yourself experience boosters on any kind of boosters, if you do this map meta from start to finish, you can easily get over 1 million XP running through this whole meta. Of course, it takes something like 1 hour to 1 hour and a half to get this through, but still, it's you get tons of XP. Of course, every these maps will have meta events and pretty much constant events happening, so it doesn't really matter which map you will do. You will get tons of XP anyway, but for my eyes, the Dragon Stand is the best. Our only downside with the Dragon Stand is that you need to really look out on the event timer, that when the Dragon Stand map is restarting and you want to be inside the map at least 10 to 15 minutes earlier before the map closes, so that when it closes you end up on the new map with everyone else. Otherwise, if you join in the map in middle of the meta, you most likely will end up in empty map, and then it's pointless to go there. Because you need to have bigger groups run. This has sort of 3 lanes which needs to be progressed together to get to the end fight. And of course, pretty much all the Season 3 maps are good maps, so that if you don't want to do certain maps just to get experience, then just do the different maps and map completions and events on there, and yeah, you will get a good amount of XP. Okay, so let's move on to the Path of Fire. So the Path of Fire is the expansion which brought the game mounts. The basic mounts which you have on the Path of Fire, if you haven't played any Path of Fire, is the Raptor, Springer, Skimmer, and Jackal. These are the 4 basic mounts for the Path of Fire, and pretty much same thing. When you start the story, you will get the Raptor mount, but that's a new quality of life which they added in the game to help new players. Is that if you own the Path of Fire, let's say that you are just coming to the game fresh and new and you have bought all the expansions. Once you reach level 10, you get automatically Raptor mount for your account. And good thing with the mounts is that once you have opened your mount, it is usable from the level 1. So these are very important, and this will make your life much easier when you are doing map completions or anything like that. Yeah, so if you own the Path of Fire and you don't have any mounts up open yet, once you reach level 10, you get it. There are also, of course, it's possible that if you have played the game and you have the Path of Fire and you have level 80 character, there are certain ways to get that Raptor opened. One thing is that if or you have a character which isn't level 80 yet, you just need to level it up next full 10 levels. For example, if you are 25 level, just level it up to the level 30 and you will get the Raptor. They are trying to make it that I'm hoping that if you would have just one character, level of 80 character, and you don't have the Raptor mount yet, it would open once you log in, but I don't know if that works yet. But that's one of the quality of life which they have made it. The other one for the new players or even the old players, if you are still leveling your characters, is this character adventure guide. Of course, for level 80 characters and old players who has been playing the game a long time, this can be annoying because this, as it says, it's character adventure guide. So this will have will open to every character, and pretty much it's just that you do these tasks, apply conditions to apply 20 conditions to enemies, and so on and so on. But for the new players, or if you are leveling up your characters, these are great. You get tons of experience just doing this. And I'm pretty sure that if you wouldn't use any boosts, any kind of experience boosts, and just run through the from level 2, I'm pretty sure that you will be level 80 before you even reach to this volume 5. But do not quote on me on that. But it's just a feel what I did get when I was playing, leveling up my characters. Yeah. And the thing with this is that you will get experience proportionally. So basically, it's once you are something like 75, you get tons of XP, and you will. It's not like that. Okay, if you are level 70 and you do this, you get minor amount of experience. No, you get tons of experience, and pretty much completing volume 1, and you would be level 70. I'm almost certain that you would be after that the level 80. Almost. But yeah, that's the... So, back to the Pathfinder. So, for basic mounts, you will earn the other mounts by playing the story and by playing the maps, and that's that. But of course, you can see that there are other mounts. So the Roller Beetle became available on the Living Well Season 4. So you need to own at least Season 4 and the Chapter 3, Long Live the Lich. But I don't recall for certain that do you need the other maps to actually earn the Beetle mount, because to get the Roller Beetle is that you need to do certain collections to get it, and you're done. And one good thing with the Roller Beetle is that it doesn't cost you anything. I know that the Jackal mount costs, is it 20 gold to get it, because you need to buy certain item. So the Roller Beetle is pretty much free mount. Then the Griffon. This mount becomes only available once you have completed the Pathfinder story. And it has a long collections to be done before you can earn it. And the downside with this Griffon is that it actually costs a total of 250 gold. So it's very expensive mount, but it is very great. Of course, the thing with the Griffon, I will show it, it's that you cannot fly up with the Griffon like you can with the Skyscale. So pretty much if I would change the... So Griffon can sort of flap up a little bit, but not much. But the upside with the Griffon is that if you get higher up, you can glide down and you can just swoop through the maps like crazy. So you can do sort of run very fast, well, fly very fast. But yeah, the Griffon is great, but it's expensive. But one thing, of course, to say about the Griffon is that even though you need 250 gold, it's not like that you need to have full amount of 250 gold. You can buy, because you need to buy certain items from the maps, which costs 25 gold each, and you need to 10 of those. So that is why you need the 250. Then we have, of course, the Sky Scale, and this became available on the Season 4, Chapter 6, the War Eternal. And for this, you don't need to use that much gold either, but there are long collections and certain time gates which prevents you to completing the Sky Scale very fast. For example, you need to do certain foods for the Sky Scale, and you can get some of the ingredients once a day if you don't have a good stock of those. The charged quartz crystals are the materials you need. So there's that. And then, of course, the Battlefire Mastery Crystal Champion. This is just a normal mastery, and this became available on the Battlefire, the Living World Season 4. And these are for the mounts, essentially. So you can get Volatile Magic, Bond of Life. For a moment, your pet, the mount has extra health. Bond of Vigor, you get the more endurance, and Bond of Fate, you can on certain mounts. It's the no, it's this one. So Bond of Fate, you can just launch off, and of certain mounts you can get back into it. So Griffon and Skyscale you can back into it from launching, but those are the only two. And of course you have the, well, this Stealth 2. You can become invisible, but it wasn't mastery. At least not from the Crystal Champion. But yeah. What comes to the mastery experience and the map, so basically Battlefire maps are, the first map is Crystal Oasis, then Desert Highlands, Alone Riverlands, Desolation, and Domain of Wapi. And pretty much, well, you get Raptor from Oasis, Springer from Desert Highlands. This is the high jump range point for the Springer, and of course, when you start, this is the Raptor place. Skimmer is here, Skimmer Ranch. And for the Jackal, it's here, the Jackal. Once you have completed the story, your journey, once you have gotten certain stuff, for the Griffon will start in Warner's Plateau. Which ends up, you need to run all the maps and get tons of stuff. Then, of course, we have the Season 4 maps with Domain of Easton, Swamped Isles, Domain of Gorna, Chahai Bluffs. In the north is the Thunderhead Peaks, and of course the last one is the Dragonfall. To get the experience you can do in the Battlefire maps, I would say that the best option is to do the bounties. Bounty bosses, champions, and legendaries. Because the thing what they did on the Battlefire, which I don't necessarily understand, is that while on the Heart of Thorns maps has a good metas to do tons of events leading to the big fight, in Battle Fire maps there isn't that many metas. Crystal Oasis, pretty much the sort of meta stuff is on the Casino Rush inside this free city of Amnum. You collect coins, and the sort of final boss will be Big Pinata Joya, and that's it. Other than that, it's just doing events and killing bounties in this map. Desert Highlands. There are certain event chains, but the actual meta is just super buried treasure hunt. Welcome, Rover 123. And first actual meta style happening will be in Elon Riverlands, which is the Augury Rock, and you need to do actually some escorts and kill certain, but it's not like it will take an hour or more. It's more like 30-minute meta, and that's it. And yeah, other than that, it's just events and small event chains which you can do. Desolation also, there are some event chains. The only meta is happening in the Ruptured Heart. There are first you need to do defense and assault on the 3 lanes, and then you need to close portals, and finally you get to kill legendary boss, and that's it. Let me jump on. This guy's skill is roaring like crazy. And of course the Domain of Wabi, same thing. There are a couple of metas in Domain of Wabi, luckily, but not the long metas. And of course the same thing will continue throughout the Season 4 maps. Domain of Easton, there is a sort of 2 metas. It's the Crescent Great Hall, Alavadon, Yevel of Easton, and so on and so on. The actual good longer meta will be on in Dragonfall. Pretty much you have 3 lanes, you need to level up the 3 camps, which will lead to the huge fight against the Krakatoric, and so on. So it's this is a neat map, and I would say that if you have this open and you need to level up Battle Fire Masters, this is the map to do. Tons of events, and yeah. Oh, by the way, just I should have said that when once at the very start. Be mindful. There might be some, unfortunately, spoilers when I'm going through these things. I will try to avoid the obvious things, but unfortunately, when I'm showing the maps, there are some indications. And so sorry about that. I will try avoid as much as possible. But yeah, after the Season 4, they released this Icebrood Saga, and let me roll back before going in. So for the mastery points, I would say that when you are leveling these masteries, that for every mount you want to level them up to level 3. Well, of course, Skimmer, one of the, I think this is which was added extra tier for the Skimmer, means that you can actually dive with your Skimmer, which is neat. But so every mount you want to get it level 3 on these basic mounts, each mount has this fourth year, which is that it says all mounts now receive this and this. And same goes with the every mount. So Skimmer will give all mounts now receive bonus nibble recovery and greater tolerance taking fall damage and so on, so on. So, but these are not so important. So I would say that go first on every mount to tier 3 and then start slowly leveling up the last ones. But for the new mounts, just go for them fully. These are very helpful for the mount. And one thing is that there is one extra mount which isn't under the Path of Fire and it doesn't have any masteries. But it is... Oh, I'm wrong. Not that. It's this one, Warclaw. And while you can run it on a PvE, it's not very good mount. It doesn't have any extra skills like many other mounts has. You have this, of course, you can jump on the foes and everything else. But this is for the Dub, World versus World. So this was released just for the World versus World, and you can earn this mount on playing the World versus World and doing certain collection and doing certain kills and getting stuff from there. But you can use it on, of course, in PvE, but like I said, it's not very useful because it doesn't have any special skills. But this is used for Dub. Alright, now to the Icebrood Saga. So the Icebrood Saga was sort of next content after the season 4, and towards the end it will show that they were running out of time and had to reallocate these resources to the End of Dragons. It will show clearly how the Icebrood Saga ended. But yeah, it pretty much it will start with Prologue, and then you have the Whispers in Dark, Shadow in the Eyes, Visions, Pass of Steel on Fire, No Quarter, Jormak Rising, and then this Champions, which was the... Yeah, not very good. Okay, so Icebrood Saga. Where is it? Oh, yeah. So this is the Prologue, Grotmar Valley, very nice map, I love it. It's some people who have played the Guild Wars 1 might recall some names. But yeah, this is the starting map for the Icebrood Saga. Then the next 2 story steps will take you to the Bujora Marches, which is when they were releasing chapter by chapter. The first chapter on this map was that you could only play this portion of the map, so each side of the map. But the second chapter brought out the western side. Also very nice map. And from Bujora Marches you will go into the Drizzlewood Coast. And same thing with the Drizzlewood Coast. First part where you were able to just go through the southern side, and after the second part you were able to play this whole map. And what comes for the Icebrood Saga Masteries, if you want the mastery experience, this is the map. Drizzlewood Coast will give you a lot. If you are able to start the map from the start on the south side, pretty much you will need to progress the map so that you need to capture these blocks and mine, Petra Overlook, Fort Defiance, Leadfoot Village and so on. And it culminates when these both sides are captured. It culminates in here, and you need to kill all the bosses. And after that, you have a long champion hunt, and then it progresses to the north, where you need to capture, of course, Dominion Spirit, Sentinel Bay, and Canopy, and until you reach to this area, and you get to kill the dragon. So yeah, it's a pretty fun map. But then became the champions, which was pretty much there. For the champions, there is no new map. Pretty much it happened on the area maps, and you had to do dragon response missions. Yeah, excuse me for a moment. My throat is getting dry. All right. So, but for the masteries, Icebrood Saga didn't bring in that exciting masteries. These are pretty much used on the certain maps only. And the resilience, these are used on strike missions and everything else, and then goes with these. These help you to open certain loot chests, because without these you cannot open certain chests on the Bureau Marches and the... Yeah, Bureau Mars is pretty much... there's no that kind of chest on Grothmar or Drizzlewood. And of course, you will get the special action key on certain fights. Then on the Drizzlewood Coast, you will get this United Legions way station. This is one of the good masteries, luckily. You are able to use, I can put it down if I can here. Let's see. So you can buy these. And pretty much if you have the mastery, you are able to use this, and higher the mastery is, more features you can use from it. So Electromagical Pulse. This is one of the best CCs which you can have. So usually you see people dropping these Jasons on boss fights and everything else which needs the CC. So people grab the Electromagical Pulse and can CC the monsters much faster. Remote charge, well, you can do damage with it, but it's pretty much used on only certain areas in Drizzlewood Coast. Portable way stations, so pretty much this enables that you can actually buy these and drop these down. Medijuka, well, I mean, you could use it, but it's not necessary to be what people use most is Electromagical Pulse. Oh yeah, this is the actually, so stealth, this will give you the, which I showed you earlier, this stealth. And this will just boost the Electromagical Pulse, this, so but I mean, when you are playing from this scratch, it's just that you want to, of course, level all these up. But once you have this, I would say that go for this one first completely, and then just level these up equally. And of course, the Dragon Slayer. This is for the champion stuff only. These will give you bonus stuff for the Dragon response missions and everything else, but otherwise it's just yeah, I'm not going to talk about the Dragon response missions that much. It wasn't and that's the content which shows that they had to, I mean, they didn't have time to, or they thought that okay, this is good content, but no, The response missions are just 5-man content, and yeah, it gives a challenge for the people, but they could have added new map or do something else. One thing what they also brought with the Icebrood Saga is the Eye of the North. This is one sort of free similar type of instance like those passkeys, the Mistlock place. Of course, you don't have every function in this Eye of the North, but you have your crafting stations, you have bank, trading post, some merchants. So this is also good place to be. And from here you can go for the Icebrood Saga strike missions. You can go for the Dragonstorm and Dragonstorm huge event, or the what is it? The second one, the Marionette one. So yeah, that point of view, this is a nice place to be. And yeah, I also showed you the these are the season 3, 4 and Icebrood Saga portal tomes. When you play those maps, you can buy portal scrolls for those maps. When those maps were released, you had to own all the portal scrolls, so you were using 6 slots on your character inventory to have those portal scrolls, and you can have just yeah, if you want to use those scrolls, you needed to put them in the bank and get it with another character and so on. So, but they added the tomes for those scrolls, and you could put all the portal scrolls in one place and portal to the map for free. And if you own a lot of set slots like I do, you can put those tomes in, and every character can use these for easy access to the maps. But yeah, that's for the masteries and the mastery experience and that sort of thing. And yeah, then the release of the End of Dragons. Now, I mean, if you look the masteries, yeah, they are interesting. Of course, they are not that exciting. What would like the Battlefire masteries were, or the Heart of Thorns. But I mean, if you like the aspect of fishing in the game, yeah, it's nice. These will boost your fishing ability, and of course, the skiff you can use boat on the water, and you can have 5 people on the boat and ride different places. But yet again, this is pretty much used for more for the fishing than actually moving place A to B. Jadebot is pretty much the thing what is the first mastery which is useful. Of course, a lot of these are just for the End of Dragon maps. But what you can use on every map is this Rescue Protocol and the Jade Tech Waypoint. With this, you can create the temporal personal waypoint and just use that once. Or is it multiple times? I'm not sure. I haven't used it that much. There is the Dragon's End is the place where you can do it. So Jadebot, it's pretty important for the End of Dragon map. So I would once you open this mastery, I would try to learn all get all the experience for this one. And the second, what you want to focus on is the Arbostone revitalization. I can speak. Revitalization, or something like that. So essentially, once you have learned all the masteries, this will make you sort of similar place like the Eye of the North or the Mistlock Sanctuary. This is fully equipped with you have Mystic Forge, you have Bank, Black Lion Exchange guys, Trading Post. You will have, of course, all the crafting disciplines in here and a lot of other things. And of course, you can access to the Counter-Strike missions from here. So very good to have an sort of place compared to this Mistlock Passkey. Ganax Club. Oh yeah, you can play yours, play the games. So yeah. The Ganach is I love it. Love him. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You will see when you play the story. He has snarky comments throughout the story, but yeah, that's the what I would go for. So Jadebots and Arbostone mastery, and of course extra mount is added in the game, and it's the turtle mount. Nice mount, but not very useful in a lot of places. It's pretty much needed on the well, there's Echo Wilds where you can use it, and of course the Dragon's End, but it's not like that. Okay, you could use it on the like it is needed. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they need to make new stuff so that you can utilize this. I mean, of course, it's because this is first mount which you can have extra person on it, and the extra person will act as a shooter guy. It shoots the grenades and everything else. But it's also useful that if you have people who don't have all the mounts, or they cannot get to the places. Oh, wrong mount. You can just pick them up and you can do a short flying with the turtle and get to the places and carry the big people around. So, but other than that, yeah, just need to hope that whatever the new content after the season 1 is finished is that there will be new metas and actually you can utilize the turtle mount on those. But yeah, it's so Jadebots, Arbostone, and the turtle. Of course, you can level up everything up. There are tons of fishing achievements to get in the game. But yeah, that's the overlook on the masteries and what they brought in the game, and what people should go for, at least on in my opinion, and how I have gone. But as you can see, I have tons of mastery points overflow, so you can easily get enough mastery points, and you don't need to focus on any hard achievements to get. Like if you don't like to do raids or you don't like to do certain things, yeah, you can keep those and still get enough mastery points. It's not tied to that. And same goes with the hero points. Pretty much if you level up your character from from level 1 to level 80, you get enough mastery points straight to learn everything up. So when you are leveling, you are putting your points on the skills or specialization, don't worry about that you are doing something wrong. Once you get to the level 80, you will have all these opened. And you can also open all of these elite specialization because you get so many. Well, as you can see, I have 457 extra hero points to use, so and I cannot use them anywhere. So there is no wrong choice in here. Of course, it can be annoying that if you do something wrong and see, oh, this could have been much better option. Well, it only means that, okay, get a couple of levels more and you will get it open, or get you mastery hero points more and you will open that as well. So that's something you want to remember. There is no wrong choice there. Then of course the things which they added in the game is the equipment templates and the build templates. If you don't buy any of these, this is the which every character will get. So 2 equipment templates and 3 build templates, and you can buy extra with gems. But I mean, even I would say that better option if you want to have extra. Let's say I would want to have extra builds for the Revenant. The better option would be just get the new character slot and make new character, because these are too expensive. I mean, just to get 1 template slot, it's 240 gems and 400 gems for the equipment template. So that's already 640 gems just to buy those 2. Character slots costs 800, and then you get 2 equipment templates and 3 build templates. So you can calculate that, okay, which is cheaper. And extra tools are always nice to have, and you can use them. If nothing else, you can use them as mules, because at some point you will have the situation that even you own all the bank slots, you have so much stuff that you need to put them into the other characters. So that's always the option. Then the one thing with which they added was that, well, when they added the build templates, it pretty much changed the things regarding the legendaries. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but still it's it wasn't very good for regarding the legendaries. But they added the legendary armory, which was the awesome thing to add into the game. So if you are a person who likes to do legendaries, the legendary armor is great feature. What it does that any legendary item you make can be used on any characters, of course, if that character can use that item. So I mean, like the weapons, well, not all professions can use all the weapons. And same goes with the armor. I mean, if you have legendary heavy armor, yeah, only heavy classes can use it, but still, you can use it on multiple characters. So I mean, like, I have the heavy armor legendary, and I have the weapons and all these trinkets. Of course, there is a thing that if you are using, let's say, dual swords, dual axes, and that sort of thing, things, you need to of course have equal amount of legendary weapons as well. So if I would like to use double swords like I have, yeah, unfortunately I have to use ascended weapon or any other type of exotic or whatever, but still I cannot just utilize 2 legendary swords because I don't have one. I mean, I can see that I have Shining Blade legendary sword, but it's 0 out of 1. If I would have 2 of them, then it would be 1 out of 2, so I could use 2 swords. So that's the one thing to remember. Good thing is that if you are using 200 weapons, well, you don't need to own that many of them. And rarely you see builds using dual 200 weapons. The reason for that is that if you have, for example, I would have 2 staffs, the cooldowns with the weapon skills are shared. So pretty much if I use one skill on my other weapon set and change into the other one, it's still on cooldown. I cannot use it until it's refreshed. So that's why you rarely see builds using dual 200 weapons, or same way using let's say sword and sword weapon sets, because it's not useful. What comes to legendaries, my suggestion is that you would go first for the trinkets when speaking of the legendaries, because the trinkets are something which you can use any character regardless what type of profession it is, light, medium or heavy, or is it elementalist or ranger or warrior. It doesn't matter because everyone can use same trinkets. After that, I would say that the next best thing is to get the armory. I mean, if you like playing heavy classes, well, I mean, then heavy armor is to go, and so on and so on. And the last one, what you would like to do is that going for the weapons, because it's just that if you make staff, for example, there are only few classes which can use it, and you cannot utilize that if you don't play those classes, well, professions. But of course, in due time, you will end up having all the weapons. So what I'm trying to do currently, I'm still need few weapons to get. But yeah, that's the thing. So trinkets, armor, and last would be the weapons. And you may think that why I should go for it, because I mean, stat-wise, as you can see, I have legendary one weapon, one sword is legendary and one is ascended. Stat-wise, these are not any different. You don't get any bonuses you having a legendary weapon stat-wise or anything like that. But the thing is, of course, foremost, what you want, why you want the legendary is that it's a fashion. I mean, those are flashy and that sort of thing. So, no. I'm kidding. That's not necessarily the legendary thing. Why you want to go? Welcome, Chester Nail. The reason why you want to go for the legendary is that you can change the stats anytime you want. When you are out of combat, you can change the sigils on those like whenever you want. Same goes with the armor pieces. And of course, now that you have the legendary armor, you can use the items, like I said previously, with any of characters if they can just use that item. and that's the reason why you want to set your goals for the legendaries. Of course, they are expensive and it will take long time to make them, but definitely worth it. But if that isn't something you like to do, then even the exotics are more than enough for the top v top, for the raids, fractals, and the strike missions. Well, not necessarily for the fractals, because fractals actually requires you to have to play a higher level. You need to have Agony resistance, and if you don't have ascended items, you don't have these Agony infusion slots on the items. Only ascended and of course legendaries has those. There are maybe few special exotics which can have them, but I don't think that you can get full crew set of armor and weapons with the exotics. And higher the fractal level, harder it will be for you if you don't have Agony infusion. Pretty much if you have if the requirement is 10 or more, you pretty much keep dying constantly without Agony resistance. But other than that, if you don't want to play any fractals or it's not your jam, exotics are just fine. So you don't need to get ascended weapons. You don't need to get legendaries. The legendaries are pretty much just, it's more convenient to use those than the exotics or the ascended. Especially if you are playing endgame content like raids and when they make build changes, balance changes, then it means that, okay, I need to make changes for my stats or any that sort of thing, or I need to have different weapon now and that sort of thing. And it can become annoying when you need to have multiple weapons and everything else. So yeah, it's of course there is also one thing which they didn't have initially, and don't remember when they added, but I think it's part of the when they released the equipment templates, is that let's say that you would have one set of armor. You can use that same armor on both of the templates, and so you don't have to have two sets of armor or two sets of weapons if you want to use the same weapons and armor and everything else on both equipment templates. For that, there could be like some reason why you want to do it, but yeah, that's possible. Most likely would be that you would use same armor but not necessarily same weapons, because it's would be like, oh, okay, why would you want to use same weapons and same everything in two templates? But you could use, let's say that you want to have sort of some defensive weapons on other set and some offensive weapons on other set. So you could have same armor, but the weapons are different. And of course, builds itself are self-explanatory. So, I mean, it changes your skills and traits and immediately is different. Let's see. Let me check what I've put. Oh, okay. Let's move on to the other stuff. So, I have talked about the legendary armory. I have talked about the expansions and all the maps and of course the masteries. Then, I mean, like everything else in many MMOs, everything revolves around how much gold you have. And
So this is where Ishan.
this is the eternal question, how to make gold and what is the best way. And there are certain maps where you can earn a nice amount of gold per hour. It just requires that when you get any loot or anything like that, you just salvage the items and sell them at. It's good option if you really need the gold. Just do the maps and sell all the materials and yeah, that's a good point. I can yeah, I will show that also. Where was I? So I mean, of course, at some point you don't want to sell all the materials. Because at some point you will need the materials to craft yourself stuff. But if you really need the gold, you want to play certain maps. I mean, one of the, if you don't own any expansions or anything like that, you could play Silver Waste. Silver Waste is good place. You get tons of loot boxes running the area and tons of other stuff, and you can sell those, and you can earn easily something like 10 to 15 gold per hour if you really just do tons of events and get everything and sell everything. That's one of the places. Then of course there are other maps. The Drizzle of Good Ghost, if you own that map, it's very good for 40 gold and that sort of thing. And there is even website for it. Let me see. I will post it on this chat. If I find it. There. Let's see, where is that? So the Pew Research Center, that's a very great site. There is a, if you click the benchmark page, it will actually show which maps are best gathering gold and that sort of thing. So those are great. But yeah, the Rover were saying about those named items. So let's take a look on the trading post. So if I would be, let's say I would be buying Berserker staff for my Revenant. So let's take Exotic and level 80 and just choose the Power, Precision and Ferocity. Of course it's showing the All-Seeing Eye image, but let's just turn around. So is it filtering correctly? Oh, you can actually put it how much you get, and I think it's just showing all the items which has. But yeah, like Rover was saying, so you would be looking. Oh, I need Berserker stats. Oh, here is the boots. 7 gold and 29 silver, 25 silver and 27 copper. That's a lot of gold for a new player or player who has just gotten into the level 80. What if you just look, for example, it's for the heavy armor, it's Divonas. Power, Precision, Ferocity, and both 77 silver. And every class, every armor type class is, I mean, there's heavy one, there should be a light one. Let's see. Let's take any profession. So for the light armor guys, it's Jets. The name one. Where is there? And Nika is the for the medium classes, and you will save tons of gold if you buy them. Compared, you would be buying any of the Berserker named. I mean, pretty much these are crafted items which someone has crafted, and yeah, it costs that much, and yeah, you can accidentally spend too much gold for it. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, it's well, the Centaur isn't the best one, but still it gives you 175 power. Devona, this is very nice. I mean, Rune of Strength, power and might duration. So if you have might, you get extra damage. And oh yeah, Nikas has the infiltration. So I mean, power precision, very great rune for to have. So yeah. Unfortunately for the weapons, they are not that sort of thing. There are some things which you can, yeah. But yeah, it's the if you so running the fractals is great way to earn the ascended rings and that sort of thing. But also if you own the season 3 maps, so the Bitterfrost, Bloodstone Fen, Dragon's Mons, these are definitely best places to get your ascended trinkets going on. Of course, it requires that you spend some time on the maps gathering the map currency, but still you can get your amulet, rings, accessories, backpiece very easily as ascended by playing those. But after that, it's pretty much, luckily there are nowadays multiple places where you can earn your armor pieces as ascended and your weapons. For example, once you have gotten your one of your characters so that you can have at least well, the 150 resistance is enough for tier 4s. Once you have gotten one of characters into that level and you can play tier 4 dailies, you start getting the ascended weapon box drops and armor box drops and that sort of thing, and you can start gearing your other characters. Or once you play more and more fractals, you get the fractal relics, and you can use fractal relics to buy actually certain amount, just the item you need as ascended. Same goes with you can get ascended items, armor and weapons from PvP, Top. If you play raids, you can use those raid magnetite shard tokens to get ascended pieces and that sort of there. So there are many ways. I mean, when they introduced the ascended weapons, it was ascended items. It was pretty much only way was that you need to craft them, and if you want to craft full ascended set, it will take long time because you need to collect. I will show the I'm talking to cat. Where is the on? There we go. So you need to get well, these are the Delmon Steel, Elonian Leather Squares, and Spiritful Banks. These are used to make of course, the items. But these are the refinements which you need to do, and you can do one of these. So you can do one lump of Mithrilium, one of Elonian Gold, and one Spirit Residue, and there was the Silk Weaving Thread. And once a day you can get one of these. And if I'm looking any kind of... Okay, so let's take, for example, scented boots. I need to have... Well, this is a cheap one. But I need to have 2 Teldemol steel, so this will take at least 2 days to make. Just because I need to make the Teldemol steel ingots, and each Teldemol steel ingots needs 1 lump of Mithrilium. And this was just the boots. If I look, for example, where is the... Where is the chest piece? Coats. So, chest piece. I mean, of course you need 1 of these, but to make 1 of these you can... Oh, this is only 1. Oh, the padding is usually 1, but the chest plate is 5. So this will take at least 5 days. And it's not that even. I mean, once you have gotten these pieces to get the certain stats, you need to make the insignia. And the insignias usually are also, you need tons of stuff for those. So let's say this is the Berserker. You need to make 3 Damask patches to make this one. And to get 1 Damask patch, you need 1 leather and 1 Damask. So 3 days to make this one and so on. And it's not even that. To make 1 Damask, well, you need the thread, but you need tier 3, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 materials to do it. So it's a long process if you want to make it. Just 1 ascended item. So luckily nowadays they have tons of places where you can earn. I mean, fractals, raid. I'm not sure. Can you use the... Let's see, let me check. I know that you can buy certain stuff with these strike tokens, but I don't recall that can you buy any ascended stuff. Okay, well, weapons. This sells weapons. Well, at least you can get weapons. I'm not sure you can... will the Icebrute Saga once sell the other Ascension stuff, but yeah. But anyway, I mean, it's just that it's so many ways that you can get the Ascended, so while exotics are nice, good, yeah. Let's take a look also that because it's easy to just jump.
It's been a rough day. A shiny new crystal would cheer me right up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. So essentially you can, if you play tons of strike missions every week, you can slowly get these blue prophet shards, and you can get armor pieces. Oh yeah, these are just so Assaulter, Malicious, they have certain stats on those, selectable stats on those chests, and same goes with these ones. And then of course you have the weapons. Central Tyrian access. Oh, I cannot preview this, but yeah, I mean, but of course, as you can see, if you want to buy one-handed weapon, it's 250, and 200 weapons are 500 points. Armor pieces chest pieces the 400 and leggings 275 and so on. So it will take a lot of profit shots to actually get full set, but eventually you can get it if you just play enough the strikes. And most of the strikes in Icebrood Saga are very easy, and most of the End of Dragons ones are easy. In Icebrood Saga and on the End of Dragons, well, only harder one on End of Dragons is the Harvest Temple, and in Icebrood Saga, the Bone Skinner and the Whisper in the Dark is a little bit harder. But if you have good group, those are easy to do. But I mean, you could always just do the easy ones on the Icebrood Saga and easy ones on End of Dragons, and eventually you will get enough tokens to buy the weapons and the armor pieces. Buy the armor pieces from Icebrood Saga and weapons from the End of Dragons, and yeah, you are good to go. And once you get enough ascended pieces, you can play higher levels on the fractals and get the rest of the stuff from fractals. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I mean, there are like Tequatl, Dragonstorm, and there are certain bosses which can drop you ascended boxes. So yeah, I mean, Tequatl takes something like 15 minutes to kill. You can try your luck every day, and yeah, it's not bad. Dragonstorm and that sort of thing. So it's just so many ways now, luckily, and it shouldn't be preventing it's just all about what you want to do. What else? But yeah, it's the gold I talk about as well. So it's getting the gold is just doing the content. There are, I mean, when you kill all the mobs, do the metas and everything else, you don't get gold as a drop that much. If you do the raids, fractals, those are also a good way to get gold. I mean, once you reach to that point that you can play tier 4 fractals, you can easily earn 10 to 15 gold each day just doing the tier 4 fractals. And if you have good group, you can go through the dailies on fractals like in 1 hour, and you are done with it. Also, one thing what you want to do is that do the daily. If you do the normal daily, it's 2 gold each day. And usually, let's take a look. For example, today for me, well, 1 pound in Desert Island, easy enough. 0 Pigs Miner, yeah. I just go get a couple of notes. Oh, Auric Basin event completer. Well, you get you need 4 events. If you play the Auric Basin, you get 4 events like no time. Or if you like do the dungeons, you can do the Crucible of Eternity. Just 1 dungeon path and explore path, and you're done. And if you like doing PvP, well, PvP is quite fast to do, or top it up. So there are choices for the daily, and that's 2 gold. Plus, you get 10 achievement points until you have racked up a total of 15,000 achievement points. So it will, if you just do the dailies, it will take 1,500 dailies to max it up. So yeah, you have dailies to do. So that's one of the things. I also talk about one of my streams earlier. I was the home instances. So I mean, it would be nice if they would make the home instance a little bit differently, that you could edit these things. But I mean, even still, it's the nice place to have. And of course, if you get the stuff for your home instance, as you can see, it's I own pretty much every node. I'm just missing a couple of the things which I don't have yet in my home instance, and one of them is one of the expensive ones it's the collection, and it's the treasure hunter. This will add one enchanted chest in your home instance. This one I'm missing. It's just that getting all these drops is very hard. You need to do the things daily, or you can of course buy these. But for example, the all-seeing eye, I think it's 200 gold just to buy one item. So yeah, and I'm not sure if I got it. I cannot see it. I know that you can get the skill point thing on your home instance. And it was something which was on the season 1, but because they released the Tower of Nightmares recently, now it's available for everyone to get. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so I'm missing one achievement, so I would get this one. This is one of the other things which I'm missing from my home instance. And yeah, this is just you can use it once with your one of each character, and you get 1 hero point. And of course, if you are completely new to the game and you come to this home instance, you don't see everything in here. For example, I have a lot of the cats. You can get tons of cats in your home instance. You just need to do feed the cats and everything else. This one is from Dragon's Mons, because I have done the story and that sort of thing. So you will get the things into your home instance. Only thing is that you cannot do anything about those. You cannot move the NPCs around or your nodes around. So you may want to find a certain home instance which is best for you to use. For me, I've been using home instance, the human instance, for farming a long time, and I have developed a path for it, and I can easily get the nodes very fast. And for me, this is condensed nicely enough compared to many other ones. So let's visit the other ones as well. But I will go out. Yes. Yeah. That's also, I mean, if you have a lot of nodes in your home instance, you want to do that daily, and eventually you will have a lot of materials. I mean, one thing is that if you have the season 3 Living Well season 3 owned, and you have the season 4 owned, you can actually buy those map currency nodes into your home instance. Of course, they will cost 50 gold, but that's in the long run. I would say that they will pay themselves out. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see. I'm trying to I think it's the Magic Cat. So the Asura home instance. The thing is that even you can use any race home instance. You don't need, if you are human, you don't need to use the human home instance. You can use any. Yeah. So Applied Development Lab. This is also very nice. I mean, it's pretty condensed. I mean, all the nodes are here and on this area, so you can get through them very fast. And there are certain things. Well, let's go through those. This one. So let's start with these ones here. So these are from the Heart of Thorns. You can earn these just playing the maps, and these don't cost anything. You will get these. Dragon Pinata. You can earn these from Dragon Bash. Oh, of course, the Christmas tree is from Winter's Day. Ghost Pepper and these plants are pretty much you need to get the node from either Black Lion chest or you need to buy it. And some of the nodes are just straight from the gem store. Basic nodes, basically. I mean, you cannot buy anything. For example, I cannot buy Ancient Sapling node from using gems. I only get the basic stuff. I think, yeah, the Echo Sapling is the tier 1, so you get those from the gem store. This is one of the map currencies. So Winterberry Bush is from the Bitterfrost Frontier. 50 gold cost that one. Oh, those, there are my cats playing with each other. Advanced Cloth Rack will give me cloth tier 4 to tier 6. This you can only get from Black Lion chest, or you need to buy it from the trading post. The basic cloth rack, this is from the gem store, and the leather one as well. The fluorite crystals, this is from season 4. Petrified Stump, season 3, it's the Ember Bay, Bloodstone Fen, the Bloodstone crystals, and so on and so on. So, I mean, these are nice to have, and certain nodes you can earn, and certain nodes you need to buy from gem store or trading post, and certain nodes you need to buy from the maps. For example, this you can earn from the Silver Waste and the chest. But yeah, this is also quite nice home instance. Let's jump to the Crow. Let's go there. It's Ronan's waypoint, yeah, on the ground level. So Dreamer's Terrace is the silver one. And of course these special things which the mocks they will be on each. Oh, by the way, this is also one of the Black Lion trading post thing with the gems. You can assign your teams to get expeditions, and they will provide you materials on these different maps, and you get trophies and basic resources. And each day when you log in, you get mail. And yeah, as you can see, this is also sort of condensed. I'm trying to. I don't think that there is actually anything on the upper level, so this could be also a nice place to visit. Oh well, there is that Christmas tree. Oh, it's actually up, so.
Hello there.
Oh, welcome, Svanna. Trying to find the Christmas tree. Okay, so it was a little bit harder to get, but still, this is quite decent. Decent instance as well. Let's jump into the Wellbrook. Okay, so Hunter's Heart in Hoilbrook. So this is the Norn home instance. Previous one was Sylvari, of course. And yeah, I mean, this will show it oddly. Let's see. I'm not sure if they have changed the places. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is the on the second level is these vanilla beans. This is also you can have 3 of these, and you need to buy 2 of these farmlands using gems, but the third one you can earn. I'm trying to remember which was it. Well, there was a certain achievement to get that. So you could get third one, but if you don't have any of those, you can get at least one of those. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is also, I mean, decent home instance. But there's a couple of things you need to go around. And the last one, of course, is the jar. Oh, let's get out of the instance. I can select better waypoints. That's the annoying thing, that sometimes when you are on instance, you cannot see all the point of interest. I mean, all the waypoints. Mustering waypoint is the closest. The one thing to remember, all of these home instances are close on one of the waypoints. So Heroes Canton is the final and for the jar. So pretty much, I mean, this is also put very tightly. Maybe I remember wrong, but I remember that this would have been more spread around earlier, but I might remember wrong, but yeah. So everything is pretty much on this area. You just need to very quick to farm all your stuff. But yeah, I would say that if you can afford and you want, I would go for the map notes, map currency notes from the season 3 and, well, not necessarily season 4, but the season 3. I mean, if you do this daily, collect everything, you start getting the currency and you can buy the ascended trinkets easier for your characters. So yeah, that's the thing with those home instances. I prefer the human home instance just because I have I do that well, not lately, but I did it a long time daily, and just I had the path to run that through easily, so and fast. So yes, twin. Well, it is that character was pretty close resemblance of Zoya. That was nice. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the crafts. So there are multiple crafting skills in the Guild Wars 2. So weaponsmithing, huntsman, leatherworking, tailor, armor smithing, jeweling, cooking, and artificing. And the extra one which isn't here is describing, and that's that was released on the when the Heart of Thorns was released, and Guildhalls were the thing. Is that you can do the scribing inside the Guildhall, and it is most of the time used just for the guild stuff, but you can do some of the stuff, your certain sigils, runes, and that sort of thing. But mostly it's for the guild halls and making decorations. The thing with the crafting is that if you want to craft legendaries, you need certain crafts to make legendaries, and if you want to do multiple legendary weapons, I'm pretty sure that you will end up situation that you need to have all of them. So what I usually have done is that I mean, because for example, I'm playing heavy class, and the Revenant, I took with this tool, I took weaponsmithing and armor smithing, just because I can make heavy armor with armor smithing, and most of the weapons which I needed to make were using weaponsmithing. But of course, staff, you cannot use it for the weaponsmithing. It's artificing stuff, and Huntsman has some certain other stuff. So pretty much all the 3 armor crafts, so tailoring, not the huntsman, tailoring, leatherworking, and armor smithing, those you should have, and same goes with the weapons, huntsman, weaponsmithing, and the artificing. Jewelcraft, of course, you can use to make, you can use it to make rings and amulets and accessories. But the thing with the jeweling is that well, I can show it because I don't have that one on this character. But one thing with the jeweling is that you cannot make ascended trinkets. You cannot make ascended rings and amulets or the back pieces. And there are certain things which you need to use the jeweling, but the jeweling is one of the crafts which isn't that useful unless you want to make exotic rings and everything else for your classes, professions. I mean characters. Yeah. And cooking, it's pretty decent craft to have. You can craft food buffs and that sort of thing, and utilities you can make and on different weaponsmithing, enhancement, and so on. So eventually you will need everything if you want to craft the legendary weapons. So I mean, only craft which isn't that useful is the scribing, and so far I haven't seen anything else than few sigils and runes which are required to have scribing to make it useful. There is also, of course, option that you could have all the crafts with one character. One option is that you can spend gems to buy extra crafting disciplines, and eventually you could have all the crafts in one class on one character. But I think let's see, craft. Yeah, so additional crafting license. Oh, I can only use buy 2. Okay, I misspoke. But okay, so you can have 4 crafts in one character. But I mean, you see, it's 800. With 800, you can actually buy 1 character slot, and you can have 2 crafts each character. The other option would be that if you want to have, I think, well, I'm not completely sure for this one. But you can, I mean, if I would like to get Huntsman, I could change, I could deactivate my Armorsmith and become Huntsman, or I deactivate my Weaponsmith and become Huntsman. And when you do that, of course, you don't lose the progress for the weaponsmithing and everything, but I don't know for sure if you could train everything to max level. The thing with the craft is that everything else except scribing and dueling, you can get them into the 500. Originally, the max was 400, but once they added the Ascended, you could level up the leatherworking, tailoring, armorsmithing, huntsman, weaponsmithing, and artificing 400. The cooking became later, because nowadays you can actually make Ascended food, which act as like these trays, so that you will place it down and people can get 1 hour buff. So yeah. But other than that, it's then one thing is that which new welcome Discord streamer community. That's definitely bot. One thing is that it's important that if you are a new player and you want to join guild, preferably active guild, because it's of course you get help with from your guildies and maybe easier to find people for the group content. But the other thing is that they should have the guild hall. Like my main guild is the Kashkia Naral, very nice gaming community. So if I want to go to the guild hall, I can acquire from the bartender different kinds of buffs. So I can get these buffs, one of these buffs, and if I choose, for example, Magic Find, that will stay on, and as you can see, it will increase my Magic Fight by 10. I think I have that on me, yeah. Or if you are leveling your character or you are leveling your masters, you could get the guild experience boost, or if you are playing top it up, and so on and so on. So there are different boosts which you can get, and it will help you. And these are free, and they will stay forever until you change it into the different one. But the thing is that if you are a new player, but if you don't own any of the expansions, unfortunately you cannot get these buffs. But if you own, I think any of the expansions, you can use those buffs. So that's something which new players don't necessarily remember to use and get, even though they would own the expansions. Even that small buff, 10% for experience, it's a 10%. I mean, it's much faster to level up a lady. And of course, you can use foods and utility buffs to get extra experience. I mean, let's take a look. I mean, the peppermint omnum berry bars, 10% more experience from kills. And of course, the utility sharpening skulls, 10% experience from the kills. Do I have different ones? I have this Tins of Fruit Cake, same thing. This give me karma bonus. Potent sharpening stones. These are made from use weapons made, so 10% from kills, and so on and so on. So those will help, of course, if you have. If you see banners in the map, of course, take them. This will last 30 minutes, and that's 15% from the kills, extra experience. At some point, you might get the experience boosters. Very nice boost, so kill streaks and 50% experience from all game types, and bonus track gain on the PvP and top it up, so you get through faster those reward tracks and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Hello there.
Another one. Small streamers DC community. Okay. And yet another bot. No worries. It's but yeah, I mean, there are so much stuff in this game, so it's hard to find everything which is completely obvious to me. But what is new to new players or new to returning players? Oh yeah, there are, by the way, total of let's see. End of Dragons brought 1, Guildhall Battlefire brought 1, and then there is Out of Dawn's Lost Precip and Gilded Hollow. Yeah, so 4 guild halls in total. Guild halls are, I mean, of course, optimal would be that you belong to guilds which have one of each type of guild hall. So pretty much one for the Windswept Haven, which is Battlefire, one for the Isle of Reflection with End of Dragons one, and one with Lost Precipice and one with Gilded Hollow. That way, you can, for example, from Gilded Hollow and the Lost Precipice, you can easy get. This is the way outside to the Auric Basin, and from the Lost Precipice, the Shrine Tunnel, you can get through the into the Verdant Brink. And if we take the Fire one, from here you can get inside the Domain of Wapi. One thing to remember if you play the if you haven't been in the, let's say, Path of Fire ever, but you are in the guild which have the Windswept Haven, you could use this way to get out and get on the Domain of Wapi and just go through the Desolation. And when you get inside the new map on the Desolation, it will automatically open you the initial waypoint. So even you land from Domain of Wapi, you land here. Let's see. Yeah, here. You can just use this waypoint to get to the edge of this map and just go through here, and it will open you this waypoint and so on. And so you can easier just jump through the maps and get inside the Crystal Oasis. Same thing with the Heart of Thorns, and only difference between with the Isle of Reflection is that with this one, once you go out of here, you will end up in Jingjia Island in here, and yeah, you cannot just jump up. These maps are sort of easier. But yeah, that's one tip and trick for the new players if they want to get inside the Path of Fire maps or Heart of Thorns maps. Other option is then just to play the story, and you will get thrown into the map. Same thing is of course the Living World season maps that if you want to get inside the map, you need to either play the story, or if you have the teleport to friend, you can always teleport to those maps. And once you have teleported in the map, you can buy the portal scrolls to those maps, and after that you can get any characters in those maps without playing the story if you don't want to play the story. But in my opinion, you should play the story, at least one character. And that's the one more tip related to characters. This is my main character, and I have played all the stories with this character. So if I want to do some story again, because I want to get some achievements, because there are achievements tied to the story instances, I can easily use this character, and I don't need to remember that, okay, which character I used to play the story. Because there are some players who like to play the stories with different characters, and then they are playing different stories with different characters, and then they are in the situation that, okay, if I want to do the achievement on the story, which character has done the story so that I can do the achievement? Because there are achievements which you cannot get unless you have done the story with the character. So that's why I would say that always have one character who has done all the stories, and of course you want to have one character who has done all the map completions, which I have done with this character. I have completed all the maps on this character, so I can easily teleport on any map if I need to. And this character is also good to use to lead stuff as a commander or do the events with the guildies and everything else. So because I know I can easily to teleport on the waypoints and link them up, and I don't need to run. So yeah, that's one of the tips what I want to give people. What else? Oh yeah. Then of course the one thing is that when you are a new player, you may end up on the situation that you are having your back problems. I mean, initially every character has, if you own the game, you have 5 back slots. If you are free-to-play player, you have only 3 back slots. So you can have total of 100 backspace with 20 slot packs if you own any of the, or you own the base game. And free-to-play player is just 60 slots. But to craft the 20 slot pack, it's 10 gold just to craft it. But there are certain festivals. For example, next Tuesday, the Halloween festival will start. If you like farming on the Halloween stuff, you can do, for example, the labyrinth, and you can get the trick or treat packs. And if you can sell those, or you can open those, and you get tons of candy corn. And every 3,000 candy corn you get, you can buy 20 slot pack. It's Halloween Whale or Whale. What's the name of the pack? But anyway, it costs total of 3,000 those candy corn, and you get tons of those candy corn. So if you just play the labyrinth and get those trick or treat packs. So there are 2 options. You can open the packs, or you just sell the packs and buy the candy corn. So basically what you are doing with the candy corn, you buy you use 1,000 candy corn to buy candy corn cop, and the 20 slot pack costs 3 candy corn cops. So you don't have to actually have 3,000 candy corn itself, but you just need to, each time you have 1,000, you can buy the candy corn cop. And those are limited, I mean unlimited. You can just buy any amount of those 20 lot packs. You need to have, of course, enough candy corn. Let's take a look. So, like I said, if you want to craft 20 slot pack, it's 20 gold just to buy the rune of holding for it. Let's say candy corn. Okay, well, I mean, if you would buy the candy corn cop, it's 3 gold and 88 silver, so it's a little bit over 10 gold. Oh, the Black Lion trading post is slow today, or at least currently. Candy corn, tonic, piece of candy corn. Okay, so 44 copper currently. Oh. Always making that mistake. I shouldn't use my keypad because I have my scenes are set there. Okay, so 250 candy corn is 1 gold and 11 silver, so it makes 4 gold and 44 silver. You get 1,000, so it's cheaper actually buy the candy corn cups than the actual candy corn. Let's take a look then. Come on. Well, okay, so currently trick or treat packs are 4 silver and 24 copper each. So if we would have 250 packs, it would be 10 gold. So I mean, one option would be, like I said, one option is that you sell the packs or you open the packs, and which leads actually the one extra next tip. So new players and even returning players may not know this, but I mean, you can use command /wiki, and let's I can write trick or treat pack. So you can do /wiki and just have a search word, and it will open straight to the wiki and shows the appropriate wiki page. So trick or treat pack. So I just want to check. What does it say from the drops? Okay, so opening the bag, it says on the wiki that you get 2 pieces of candy corn from the bag. So pretty much that would be 250 would be 500 candy corn, if that's correct, that you always get 2. Is there a research? Oh, drop research, there is. Oh, jeez. Is there any other, I mean, the candy corn is common drop. Can you get anything, any candy corn? The other categories? No. Can you get candy corn cup? No, I don't see it. So basically, it's just you get 2 pieces of candy corn each pack. So it's less than if you would open those and sell just candy corn. Yeah, it's less than that. So I mean, of course, why the people usually open these packs is that there are category for super rare, and you can get some very pricey drops. It's usually the infusions, but those are very rare to get. So it's a way to get the 20 lot packs anyway. So I mean, 3000 candy corn is somewhat easy to get. Of course, there are other types of things. Let's see, is there you can get 20 slot packs, of course, from Toppy Top, but for that you need to have the let's see, the Badges of Honor, and they still cost you some gold. I'm wondering if there are... Okay, but yeah, there are some collections which will reward you 20 slot packs and that sort of thing. And there are also collections which will reward you at even 32 slot packs. I mean, for example, I have gotten this from Sandtrap Isle collections. This one. The reinforced, let's see. Oh, one thing for the wiki, you can also do, if you shift click on your item, you can just research just for that. Great Gift of Ancestors. Great Gift of Ancestors. Oh yeah, this is part of the Illuminated Boreal Weapons collection, this 32 slot pack. These are just crafted, and let's see, Heroes Trusty. I think this is also from the collection. Oh yeah, this is the... before the End of Dragons was released, they brought out the collection called Seasons of the Dragons, and this is from there. And if you do the Season of Dragons meta achievement, it pretty much you will get Return to Tri-Top 1 and 2, Silver Waves 1 and 2, Bloodstone Fen, and so on. And if you complete all the achievements, you can actually earn legendary amulet for your account. Plus, you also earn an item called Fragment of Prismatic Light, which can be used to acquire a precursor for the new End of Dragons legendaries. And there's also Ascended Weapon chest as one reward. So pretty decent rewards on that meta achievement. So definitely do those if you own, of course, all the content. That requires that you own all the so it requires that you own the Season 3 maps, Season 4 maps, and the Icebrood Saga maps. So yeah, those rewards are very nice. And now they added earlier on the very first start of the stream, I was talking about the Living World Season 1. So there are 4 of these out, and if you do the achievement on these, not that achievements, one of the achievement, I'm trying to remember. Well, anyway, one of these achievements will actually reward you 20 slot back. Oh yeah, it's the complete story chapter, A Quiet Celebration. So this will give you 20 slot back. So this is also one thing that you could do, the Flame and Frost, Sky Pirates, Clockwork Case, and Tower of Nightmares, and earn that. And one thing with the Quiet Celebration, that it's story. So once you have completed the story, you get it. So let's see, Sky Pirates is the case closed. Let's check that achievement. it's not that one, but it's the other one. That's the 2013. Yeah, so Case Closed, Marjorie's Tool Belt. That's one. And the Clockwork Chaos, picking up the pieces, and this is the Awake and Allied. So let's take a look. Picking up the pieces, so Braham's Trophy back, and from the Tower of Nightmares, let's see, that's the Awake and Allied, Kashmir's Illusioned Converse. So that's already 4 20 slot packs for free, just doing the story. So easy way to get the 20 slot packs. Just take some time, but not too much. What else? There are so many things which I should talk about. I most likely I will actually do actual YouTube videos, and I just need to write things down and just have a sort of beginner's guide, and I can use actually one of my alt accounts to do it, because those are, I haven't done many of things with those. Just trying to get the legendaries done for my main account with those accounts. But yeah, I didn't get much playing to do today. Did I, by the way, open these? I will check it. All of these are just well, most of these are earned through playing, like these ones. You can once a day use. Can get stuff from here, nothing fancy. And one thing which even my alt accounts will struggle. I will show it on. By the way, here is the scribing stations inside the End of Dragons Guild Hall. One thing which probably new players and even returning players might struggle with is these: Bloodstone Dust, Dragonite Ore, and Emerald Fragments. As you can see, I have upgraded my material storage to max. If you have done that, you can have 200,500 items in your material storage, each items. Normally it's 250. There are items which you can actually use to, so to speak, eat the materials. So you have Mavdru too. You have Princess, Volatile Singularity, Gleam of Sentience, Herta, Stars of Gratitude, and of course I have this extra one, which is the Shards of Glory Converter, but this is for PvP, and there's equally for the Tuffy Top. Mavdru. This is through the collection. By doing this collection, you also earn Ascended Back Piece as a reward, but also you earn this Mavdru too. But the thing with this is that you need to own the Living World Season 2 completely. You cannot otherwise get it, and you get certain pieces just doing the story, and then certain things once you have gotten those pieces, you need to upgrade them in the other pieces, and you need to also craft certain things as well. Princess, this you can actually anyone can earn, and pretty much what you need to do for this one is that you need to go to the Lion's Arch, and there is this achievement, Lion's Arch Exterminator. So you need to find 50 Karka hatchlings, and you will get from the, like it says, their sharptooth, and it will give you a special rifle, and you need to just hunt these, and that will reward you this princess, and also you get mastery points, and of course then achievement points. There are guides for it, so most of the Karkas are easy to find, but some Karkas you need to be pretty precise to get hit. But if you look this, everyone has something, so it's like it says on here, white grain terrace, hop high in the diverse rocks, and so on. So I don't know if you would have Mesmer friend, that could you just use the Mesmer friend to portal you into the certain places so that you can easier shoot some of the. But when I was doing it, it's just some of the shots were like, okay, I had to try it multiple times before I got the hit in. But yeah, that you can earn through collection Herta. This is also pretty easy, but you need to of course own the Heart of Thorns, but very fast to do, and it says it will take 250 bloodstone dust each day. You can do it, and you get if one gift. And this can eat 50 Dragonite ore 3 to 6 times a day. So at max you can eat 300, and at least you get 150. Mouth Crew is the same, so 3 to 6 times 50 bloodstone dust. Stars of Gratitude. This you can get only when the winter stay is on. So let's take a look again. Well, wiki is slow today, or at least currently. I know that there is a collection for it. Is it Grati? No, I cannot find it through that. Festival collection. Must be festival collection. No, not the fault. Not even that. It was something. Trying to find it because the wiki isn't loading. It's not loading. Okay, there we go. Orphans generous gift. Oh, okay. So it was the actually. Sorry, I was wrong. I was just looking. Yeah, okay. It's just the. So Orphans generous gift. So pretty much you will get the Winterstay gift 3 node, and of course you get that Stars of Gratitude 4. And pretty much this is just that you need to do certain stuff for the children. So let's take a look quickly. Okay, so basically you will have these ornaments, and you need to actually do, if I'm looking that correctly, jumping puzzles. So pretty much this is from the human jumping puzzles. So a lot of places, Asura, Sylvari, Norn. These are the Orion ones. In order, there are not that jumping puzzles in traditional sense. But yeah, there are some places where are those chests a little bit out of the way, but easy to get. And of course, the green ball is Char jumping puzzles. And nowadays, if you have mounts, certain jumping puzzles can be skipped, or if you have Mesmer Friend or someone, if it's daily, there will be usually Mesmer portaling to the jumping puzzle. So it's just do one of those and you get it. Then of course we have the Gleam of Sentience. The Gleam of Sentience. This is pretty much from the season 4, season 3, and you need to. There are 4 different pieces, and once you have gotten all 4 pieces, you can combine them into the Gleam of Sentience. Before that, it's just that there will be one item which you can use, like this 25 Dragonite and 25 Bloodstone, or 25 Emperor Fragments and Bloodstone, and so on. And the final one is just for the Unbound Magic. But once you have all 4 of them, you just can combine into 4, and you can have just one item. And this is always that you can, like I says, you can buy 6, so this will be 250 each. And this last one is pretty much you can just you get sort of loot chest, and you can do it 6 times, but this uses volatile magic. But for so Dragonite or Bloodstone, and for the Emperor Fragments. And so Princess and Star of Gratitude can be easily gotten, but the Martyr you need to own Season 2, and for the Hertha you need to own Heart of Thorns. And this is Season 3, and this is Season 4. Yeah, so there are the ways. But yeah, it's what it is. I mean, but like I said, most likely I will do some sort of short series that I will combine the tips and tricks and catching up things on YouTube videos, and because and those would be a lot shorter, something like 15 to 20 minutes episodes, rather than you need to watch through whole 3-hour stream and find out all the good tips and tricks. So yeah, it can be tedious to watch for 3-hour stream for it. But I think I got through plenty of stuff already. I mean, we went over the skill point system, we went over the masteries, we talked about the equipment templates, build templates, we talk about the professions, the legendary armory. We talk about how is the best way to learn the masteries, how you can check where you can get the mastery points. And we went over all the home instances, which crafting specializations you should have, and that sort of thing. But I mean, there are a lot of other things which most likely I didn't remember to mention. That's why I'm thinking that I will make separate YouTube videos of 15 to 20 minutes and just go through a couple of aspects and not all of the aspects like I have done it now, and still forgetting some of the things. But anyway, I mean, let's take a look. But other than that, I didn't get much done with my main account, but it doesn't matter. I mean, achievement-wise, there are a lot of things to do, but some of them are harder to get. So let's jump to the. Like always, I will put some music on. I will. There we go, and so I will need to plan out, but yeah, I definitely that's the good way to go. That I will make YouTube videos 15 to 20, and just condense couple of aspects in each video, and it will be more helpful that way than watching a 3 hours stream and trying to find the answer you are looking for. And of course, I mean, I can always answer any questions which if I get those on the comments on this stream video, or once I release those other YouTube videos. Yeah, that's the thing. And of course, as always, you saw some of the stream elements which I'm using. Credits goes there, and this is which you are hearing now is the Pretzel Rocks, which is very nice, DMCA friendly. You can use it on Twitch and YouTube, so you just and it's free. But there are also, if you want to pay for the pretzel, then you just essentially you get more control over what it plays and bigger library of the music. But essentially it's free, and you don't need to worry about the copyright, and necessarily there isn't any kind of just quiet times on the stream if you want to play through when you are playing. Anyway, I mean, if you like this content, just follow up on me on Twitch, and you can also subscribe into my channel on YouTube. And yeah, I mean, just post comments on the Twitch or YouTube, and if there's something what is on your mind regarding what I should talk about, yeah, that way it's I can get a response out of you guys, and I can answer some questions you might have. For my next stream, yeah, like always, in schedule I have the Thursday is the Geopolis. I will continue it and maybe do something off camera before that, but not sure yet. And then, of course, on the next Saturday, I will finally complete the Craxus Bernhardt personal story. I have only 2 steps left on the level 80 story, but those are long steps. I tried to complete it yesterday, but it's just that it took so much time to get even there. And on next Sunday, I probably continue my alt account world completion. But during the next week and weeks after that, I will work on the YouTube videos which I talk about. So do a guide videos. Yeah. And of course, I have the Twitter and also TikTok account, which I will use to try to post some short videos. Mostly, I will use the stream content or something like that on it. I'm not going to do the typical TikTok thing necessarily, so unless I get inspired into, not likely. But yeah, until next time, I will see you hopefully on Thursday or at least on the next Guild Wars 2. And before I forget, of course, if you want to request some, I mean, I like to play different games, so I can also run other games. And oh yeah, that's of course I also have made Discord. It's still work in progress, but yeah, also there you can just throw me a questions and give suggestions and everything else if you join on the Discord. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys on next time. Bye.